the tale of two friends. Lily loved to read. She would spend hours under the big oak tree in her backyard, lost in the pages of her favorite books. Her imagination would take her to places she had never been, and she loved every moment of it. She read about faraway lands where the skies were always blue and the mountains touched the clouds. She dreamed of visiting these places one day to see if they were as magical as the stories described. She read about magical creatures like dragons that could breathe fire and unicorns with shimmering horns. Each story filled her with wonder and excitement. Meanwhile, Max, her best friend, had a different kind of adventure in mind. Max loved to explore. He explored the woods behind his house, where he would climb trees and discover hidden paths. The forest was his playground, and he knew every nook and cranny of it. He felt like an explorer on a grand expedition. He explored the creek near his school, where he would catch frogs and watch the fish swim by. The sound of the flowing water was like music to his ears, and he loved the feeling of adventure it gave him. One day, Max saw Lily reading under a tree. He was curious about what had captured her attention so completely. He walked over to her and asked, "What are you reading?" "What are you reading?" Max asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. Lily looked up from her book, her face lighting up with excitement. "A book about dragons," Lily said, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "They sound amazing. They can fly and breathe fire. I wish I could see one in real life." Max smiled, intrigued by her passion. "Maybe we can find one together," he suggested, and thus began their shared adventure. The Dragons of Dragon's Cliff. Max and Lily became best friends. They imagined going on adventures together, just like in the books. One day they found an old map. It led to Dragon's Cliff. They climbed the cliff. At the top they saw them, two magnificent dragons. The Magical Journey. Once upon a time, in a land filled with wonder and enchantment, there were two extraordinary dragons. One dragon was bright blue, with scales that shimmered like the ocean under the sun. It soared through the skies with grace and agility, leaving a trail of sparkling mist behind. The other dragon shimmered like gold, its scales reflecting the sunlight in a dazzling display. This golden dragon was wise and kind, always ready to share its knowledge with those who sought it. The dragons spoke in a language that was both ancient and magical. They needed Max and Lily's help. Max and Lily were two brave children who had a special bond with the dragons. They understood the dragons' language and were always eager to embark on new adventures. An evil wizard had stolen their treasure. This wizard was known for his dark magic and cunning tricks. He had taken a precious item that was vital for the dragons' survival. It was a magical flower that kept their home safe. This flower had the power to protect the dragon's land from any harm, and without it, their world would be in great danger. Max and Lily agreed to help. They knew the importance of the magical flower and were determined to retrieve it from the evil wizard. They set off with the dragons on a magical journey. Together they flew across mountains and valleys, through forests and over rivers, facing numerous challenges along the way. Their courage and friendship would be tested, but they were ready for the adventure that lay ahead. Courage and teamwork. These two qualities defined Max and Lily's incredible journey. They flew over towering mountains, their hearts pounding with excitement and a hint of fear. The wind rushed past them, carrying their hopes and dreams. They swam across wide, rushing rivers, their muscles straining with every stroke, but their determination never wavered. They even traveled through a dark and scary forest, where shadows seemed to come alive. Max was brave, his courage shining like a beacon in the night. He led the way, his eyes sharp and his senses alert, ready to face any danger that lurked in the darkness. He fought off a group of goblins with his trusty slingshot, each shot precise and true. The goblins were fierce, but Max's bravery and skill kept them at bay. Lily was clever, always thinking 2 steps ahead. She solved a riddle that opened a secret passage, her mind working quickly to decipher the clues. The passage led them to new adventures and challenges, but Lily's cleverness ensured they always found a way through. The dragons they encountered were strong and powerful, their scales shimmering in the light. These majestic creatures were both awe-inspiring and terrifying, their roars echoing through the mountains. Yet, despite their fearsome appearance, the dragons protected Max and Lily from danger. They formed an unbreakable bond, a testament to the power of courage and teamwork. Together they faced every challenge, their hearts united in their quest. a bond unbreakable. Finally, they reached the wizard's castle. They battled the wizard and got the magical flower back. The dragons were so happy, they gave Max and Lily each a scale. It was a symbol of their friendship. Max and Lily hugged the dragons goodbye. They returned home forever changed by their adventure.